Hey guys, it's Steve Zalunardo here with Remax West Zalunardo Associates. Today's story time is talking about a past experience of mine, and the topic for today is basically why you should walk away from deals when it's too hard to put together. And I'm going to relay this in 3 phases of basically a past experience. We used the past experiences, we adapted it to a new product that we saw come on the market, why we walked away from it, and when we waited, we found a better product while doing that. So let's start from the top here. So basically, going back to John Garland, my first investment properties, this is my 3rd property coming on, and this is at the time when I was dating my wife, and basically I've saved enough money. We're going to go for my 3rd unit, and we're going to do this deal. So now my wife's, or my girlfriend at the time, which is my wife now, was upset at me because I'm buying another property. And in my mind, I didn't understand where she was coming from. I can see now that she was looking for engagement and wedding plans. And I was just saying, hey, you can't just walk in here and take over my life. We've already got 2 money-making products. We're going to go into the 3rd one. But that should have been my first sign. My wife was already against it, and it kind of went downhill from there. So we went to go see this product in John Garland. So number one, it was a foreclosed property, and look at all the phases of why you should walk away from this property. So number one was it was a foreclosed property. If you have no experience with foreclosed properties, stay away from them unless you're an experienced investor or you know what to do with this type of deal. So it was a foreclosed property. Number 2, the people that they foreclosed on were renovating it to flip, so it was a disaster. Didn't have a running furnace. It was heated by little portable heaters through the house. The house was in an uproar. And then the 3rd one was basically the mortgage. So we went to the mortgage company, so we went to my realtor at the time that introduced me to her mortgage agent that told me I would get a mortgage. She ran my numbers and said that I can get a mortgage. I said, okay, let's do it. I got the money down. Let's get this thing going. But what I found out later when I saw the commitment and paperwork, I became a financial advisor. But at this time I was a carpenter. I wore construction boots and I drove a 50,000-pound forklift at times. We had no introduction inside a bank or the vault itself. On paper, I was a financial advisor. And being naive as I was, because I was maybe 24 at the time, 23, 24, I didn't understand this. Fast forward to my mindset now, obviously it was fraudulent paperwork that I had no idea about. So basically, I was on paper as a financial advisor. It's a true story, yeah. I was a financial advisor making like $80,000 a year. Okay, well, we're too late now. The deal was firm because on the basis of this mortgage commitment that I got prior to, or the mortgage commitment I got after we firmed up, or me reviewing this commitment after we firmed up, that is, I'm a financial advisor, so now we're in for the long haul. We're going to close this thing best way we can, I guess, as a financial advisor. What happens is day on closing, mortgage agent disappears, probably in jail, who knows? And now we got no money. No money shows up in the lawyer's trust account. So it's 1 p.m. no money, 3 p.m. no money, 5 p.m. no money. The bank won't give us the cash. Why? Number one, the financial stability of this condominium, this townhouse condominium board, was in dire straits. There's no bank in the right mind that'll lend money on this because of just the way the financials look of the condominium board. Let's rewind a bit. So bad realtor, bad mortgage agent, bad lawyer. You see, there's a combination there. That what happens? What happens here? I have to basically go to loan sharking or get a loan from a shark. Basically, they lent me $100,000 at a high rate. I think it was 9% at the time, and we closed. So we closed about, I think it was maybe 10 or 15 days after closing. Stressful as hell. I think I was burning so much acid in my stomach. I was burning the back of my teeth because of like almost having ulcers because of the stress. We ended up closing. Thank God I knew the area. I got it rented out quickly. We did multiple tenants in there. And then what we did is I held it for a year and a half, and then I flipped it and got out of the property. I made a small profit on it, which was nice, but it wasn't worth it. That experience at 24 years old kind of fast forward into this new product that we're looking at. I think it was 2018. I think it was July 2018, I would imagine. It was a beautiful place in Alliston, Main Street, Alliston. So it was a dream. It was 2-store units, so 2 commercial units, ground level. It was topped up and had, it looks like we could have did let's say a triplex upstairs. So a 3-unit residential on one side, then we had 2 commercial at the bottom, which was 5 tenants, and then we would have done another 3. We wanted to top up this building and build another 3 units there. So we had maybe 8 doors, let's call it 8 rental properties in this section. So, and it was a killer good deal. I think it was like $450,000, which in hindsight, maybe we should have closed, who knows? But I tell you this, we get into this deal, we lock it up, and now we're in due diligence period. So I want to make sure, number one, we can top up the second level. And So, we're looking at it. It seems doable, but there was something strange in my mind. It always set out because one commercial unit was about 18 feet wide, and this unit was about 10 to 12 feet wide. So it was just odd that everything was 18 feet on the street wide, like these commercial buildings, and then our secondary unit there was only 10 to 12 feet. So it was just weird to me. I didn't understand it, but it was built. It was attached to the other buildings, so I figured this wouldn't be an issue. So the lawyer owned the adjacent building, which made it more strange because it didn't make sense legally because he's representing the interests of his seller, but also he's obviously wants to represent his interests so we don't destroy his roof. So I dug a little bit deeper into this and I found out that his building was built in 1898. The commercial building that I was buying, like the top and bottom, was built around the same time. And this little building that was actually attached to both buildings was built in the 30s. So thank God for a little bit of my education going back to the schooling in real estate. If you look at it, this building was done obviously illegally at some point, in which now obviously it would be legal because it's grandfathered in, but this area would have been for horse travel because it was such a narrow area back in, let's say, sub 1900s. So anyway, long story short, we walked out of the deal, and thank God we did, because this was obviously a square peg into a round hole, which was never going to happen. So we used our experience from John Garland into this Main Street Alliston, and we sat tight for literally, I think it was 2 to 3 months, and I ended up buying that beautiful live-work commercial building in Kleinburg. And again, this was a property that was, look how beautiful this deal is. It was a property that was foreclosed on the original buyers that purchased it through 2017 at let's say $1,050,000. When they built the property and they were about to close, the appraisal came in at $800,000. So the buyers couldn't come up with the extra money, so they had to give it back to the builders. So Matt and me relist the property as a resale, and then we come in and snag this beautiful deal at $865,000. We secure a loan and we close. So this property now is making $4,600 a month, probably cash flow about $1,000 to $1,100 a month. And not to mention, we paid $865,000. It's worth about $1,400 now. So it's like a $535,000 net equity in the last, let's say, year and 9 months. So yeah, so that's what I'm trying to say. So use your first experience, adapt it to your second deal that you walked away from that made a great deal at the end. And not to mention, we had to do no renovation to this building. It was basically turnkey. Our commercial tenants built out that unit, actually improved my building at no additional cost to myself. And that's it. So just a beautiful story. If you like these stories, like, share, subscribe. We're going to hit you up every month with a new one. If you have any questions, always leave a comment here on YouTube, or you can direct message me on Instagram. And that's it. I hope you guys have a good one. We'll talk soon. Ciao.